Hello everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe, and I'm recording this video in my son and daughter-in-law's house. It's a large room, so the echo is interesting, but I'm just holding my phone because I don't have a computer in front of me. I don't have a studio. I don't have my lighting. So I'm just going to do this video because I'm moving into my new place. As you all know, I'm doing a flexible living arrangement for 6 months at least, and I'm off to Baden tomorrow. But today I wanted to do this video because it's one that's, I think, important to a lot of you, and I thought it was a good time to just sit down and have a chat. Now, first of all, hi everyone. I hope that you're doing great, and I hope that you have had a wonderful September. I spent most of mine in the UK, so I'm just getting back into the swing of things. Please, no, I don't apologize. I'm just mentioning that I'm not put together in the normal way. I'm just sitting here chatting with you because the topic is retirement, and I have not retired, as you know. I'm still working, and I probably never will. I'm not the retiring type. I don't think I ever saw myself as retiring at some point in the future. I dropped my corporate job, 10 years ago or 12 years ago when I started 60andMe, but I don't see myself not working. But many of you are retired, and in a formal or informal way. And we did a survey recently, it was a little while, 6 months ago, and I think 70% of our community said that they were retired or planning to retire in the next year. So I just wanted to chat with you about the whole process of retirement, because we've written articles and talked about what often happens when you retire and then find it's not what you thought it would be. Now, the most common thing that happens, of course, is that you've missed your friends, you miss your workmates, and if you've had children in the house, you miss your the context of friendships and joint or shared interests. But you sometimes miss that a lot when you retire, and that's understandable. And there's things you can do. You can join clubs, you can volunteer, just do things with your hobbies, new interests. But there's a couple of things that do become potentially challenging, and I want to chat with you about those. One is one that probably is the thing that's motivated me to keep working, and that is that I need money. I need to earn money every month to pay my expenses. I don't have a lot of savings and or investments, and so that's for me. I pretty much spend everything that I earn. And that can be a big shock to people. So here's the deal. When you buy a new whatever car, you usually want to test drive it and make sure it's your style, it's your perfect vehicle. Or you buy something and you want to just try it out. And even a relationship, you might want to just try it out and see if it's okay for you. Why not do the same for retirement? Now, the idea here is this: when you have this challenge of money, for example, just to take one example of something that occurs when you retire. You don't receive that monthly check anymore, so you've got some options. If you've been sensible with money, you've got investments, and you can pull from those, dividends or like a pension you can pull from. But if you haven't done that, you really are dependent on what is coming in, Social Security or regular pension payment, whatever kind of other income you might rental from a property, things that that you've got money coming in. But it's not always exactly what. It's not as secure and defined as when you had that X salary coming in every single month. So there may be some shortcomings or shortages. And what the idea of doing a rehearsal of your retirement, which is what this is all about, is to practice retiring. Now, my arm is getting tired because I'm sitting here holding my phone in what started off being a comfortable position. And now it's not so. Anywho, the point is that you can rehearse in a couple of ways. The first thing to do is just to basically spend in a month exactly, when you're still working, spend in a month or two exactly what you will have coming in during retirement. So say, for example, you earn X dollars every single month with your job right now, and you assess that you will need either that amount, if you don't want to change any of your lifestyle, or you'll need a lower amount that you can then make some modifications. And that's, I think, a really, really useful thing to do. Now, I didn't do quite that, but I did actually, well, I'm still doing it, trying to be monitoring what I'm spending relative to what I'm earning. And for me, it's kind of a, it's a more of a static amount, because I am earning more or less the same every month. But the idea is to say, okay, you normally earn 3,000, then you go to 2,000 is your absolute minimum, or 2,500. I'm just really generalizing. I know it's a lot more than that. I'm just using a number. So, you then have to say, okay, I need this for my rent, and you pay that. You need this for, internet, electricity, internet, whatever the other bills are that you pay every single month. Then you've got your food. Okay, so I'm going to, maybe I'll not buy this or that. I won't buy fresh flowers every day. I'll buy it every month or whatever. You kind of think in your mind, well, I'll cut back on that. So decide, I'm going to cut back from 500 a month to 450 or 400. Then you live. Then you live it. And you don't, at the end of the month, you see, did you make it? Did you get through that month spending exactly what you had assigned that you were going to spend? This is the biggest challenge, I think, because we forget the little luxuries that we pick up when we're working. You know that, if you go over a little bit this month, or you can put that on the card till next month, you can do these things without worrying so much. But then when you're retired, there's like a wall there, like a brick wall. So you have to practice your daily routine and stick to it. You have to actually promise yourself that you're going to, for that month or two, pretend that you have got no income coming in the way that you would be expecting it. And whether you have or not, don't spend it, save that extra. And that discipline of doing that kind of thing might really, really help you. Now, you might feel like you're getting restless or bored, or you can't do those fun things that you wanted to do, that you have to not go to the movies, or you have to not buy that dress or that coat or whatever the little thing is that you might want to buy. You have to fill those gaps with other things. Now some people, for example, will have creative solutions. Like for me, I go charity shopping. I buy things at the charity shop. And sometimes I find the most amazing things. Actually, it's really cool. I was just, I'm staying with my son for a couple of days until my place is ready. And Marvel and my little grandson, who's 6, loves knitting. And so we sat down and I was teaching him how to knit. And I had got these little knitting needles that were child-sized knitting needles in a charity shop. They were like, 50p or like less than $1. And I thought to myself at the time, now if I had to go out and buy these, it would be, first of all, hard to find children's knitting needles, but they're $5 or $6. I mean, they're not inexpensive. So there's all kinds of little things. Those little things you think, oh, I'll just get it, and you're working, that you won't have that money coming in when you're retired. So that's one thing to consider. Another is food. I mean, we all have our little treats, my salted caramels and my, your cookies or whatever your little treat is, your drinks or whatever. And then when you're retired, those were luxuries, or they were almost, they were like expected. Those were like things you always did when you were working. But now you're retired, you've got to practice. So on top of missing the colleagues, missing the rhythm, missing, the little treats that you gave yourself, you've got to get some discipline in your life when you retire. Not everybody is dealing with this, of course. A lot of you have been very sensible and you've saved money. You've got your retirement kind of organized. But this video is really more for people like me that didn't do that and who are struggling, thinking, well, I'm earning this now. How am I going to survive on half of that? Yeah, I mean, there are some programs you can get to help you, but I think just reflecting, being honest with yourself, being truthful about what your luxuries are, where you've overstepped your boundaries for spending, and just practice it. Practice retirement. I'm looking at my eyes. I'm thinking, gosh, do I ever really look that tired? I don't know. Well, I'm sitting in front of a mirror, or excuse me, in front of a window, which is really bringing in bright light. And I'm thinking, gosh, I need to go get some sleep. It's been a tiring month for me, but anyway, I'm digressing. I share way too much information, but anyway, guys, I hope that you're well. I hope that you're all, if you are retired, doing okay. And if you're just about to retire, you got a few more years or a few more months, maybe try this practice of rehearsal and see how it turns out, okay? And for now, just know that I'm here by your side. We're all here to help each other. So if you've got any suggestions, any things that didn't work for you or did and you want to share, please do, okay? And I'll see you all soon. Take really good care. Please check out our other channels. We've got website, Facebook, Instagram. 60andMe is all free. All of our content's free. You can have an ad-free experience here on the website if you'd like to join our Patreon group. Let me know if you have a question on that. But Patreon, of course, is our supporters group, and we appreciate that. That one top place that you can share and help us to continue going at 60andMe. So lots of love to everyone. It's good to be back. Good to be home. And I'll see you all again soon. Lots of love. Bye for now.